Hey guys, how you all doing? The Wrestling Guy back here today, joined by the chairman of the board, and today we have our Backlash predictions.
Yay!
So we are on the road to Puerto Rico. We are just a couple of days now from our next Premium Live event, so really exciting times on there. And it's looking like a pretty good card.
So this is a pretty impressive card. 7 matches on this one as well, and each one is looking very interesting. Yeah, really liking the sound of this one.
So we have 7 matches announced so far. I don't think we're going to see any more added. Now I think seven's a good amount, and using our typical predictions format, we're going to break down each of the matches as they come, talk about what's going to happen, and ultimately who's going to win. So we'll see how we get on with this one. So if you guys do go on to enjoy the video, hit the thumbs up button and subscribe if you haven't already. And let's get started with, I think we'll go with Cody Rhodes versus Brock Lesnar. Kick off with a bang, I think, on this one.
Yeah, this is a good one. To be honest, I would not even be surprised if this was possibly the opener as well on this one. So we have Cody Rhodes and Brock Lesnar. Obviously, this all comes about after the beatdown on the post WrestleMania episode of Raw. This one's really got my juices flowing already. This is going to be really, really good. Yeah, Cody obviously coming off the loss at WrestleMania. We can still argue that one as to whether he should be champion or not until the cows come home. But yeah, that's the way it is. It didn't work out. But we have him going up against the beast himself, Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar is Brock Lesnar. There really isn't much more I can say about that. This one's, I'm really interested in this one as well. I think this will be a really good test for Cody as well. I think this one's going to show that he can stand up against the power and the might of somebody like Brock Lesnar, especially after coming off of the defeat against Roman Reigns. I think this is one he really needs to really get his momentum going again, and hopefully heading closer and closer to what I hope will be a rematch against Roman Reigns rather than him going for the other title. Yeah, definitely. I think that this match is really, really exciting. The storyline for this has been good since, like you said, the Raw after WrestleMania. I don't think anyone really saw that coming. No, and we should have expected it after what Brock Lesnar did to John Cena all these years ago.
And yeah, it's been building up over the coming weeks. Cody Rhodes, like you said, has to stay relevant. He has to stay on TV in order to keep himself in the picture for a rematch against Roman Reigns. If he can beat Brock Lesnar, then that shoots him right back up there again. In line for an opportunity. So yeah, really exciting times, really excited to see how this one plans out. I'm really hoping that with Cody they do something where he ends up taking on some of the people that Roman Reigns has already defeated as champion. I think that would kind of be a good way to sort of build his redemption story up. My only worry is that with this new World Heavyweight Championship that's come out on Raw, I really hope they're just not going to throw that at him because it will make it feel like a consolation. But let's not talk about that. Let's focus on Backlash. Really, really excited about this one. I'm going to let you start with the predictions on this one. Where's your prediction go on this one? Very kind of you. Where should we go with this one? This is a quite difficult one. Because I feel like we say this every time Brock Lesnar's on the card. It's very hard to bet against him. So this is difficult. Oh, this is hard. This is
interesting as well because Brock Lesnar has picked up a few losses.
He has
on some of the Premium Live events of late. So this is a really difficult one to call.
The thing is, they could have it where Rhodes loses and then they set up for a rematch down the line. They could have it where Cody wins and then Brock Lesnar maybe takes a bit of time off or target someone else. That's
the thing as well, with the recent draft as well, Brock Lesnar has now become a free agent, so he's not technically Raw or SmackDown. So he could take some time off if he feels that he needs to, or he could be making an appearance on SmackDown.
Do you know what? I'm going to go with him. I'm wearing his t-shirt, so I'm going to go with the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes.
Ooh, good shout. Good
choice. I'm happy with that.
I am actually going to agree with you on this one. I am going to go with Cody as well. I think that this could be the push start that his redemption story needs. And I really hope that, like I said, that they push him towards a rematch with Roman Reigns to complete the story that way rather than him picking up the other title. But I think this could be a really good one. I think this has the potential to be a really good match, and it'd be interesting to see how much offense Cody gets on Brock as well.
Yeah,
so,
definitely.
So this will be a good one on this one. So so that's our first one. Should we jump on to the next one then?
Yeah, go on.
Let's jump onto a women's match. How about we go with the SmackDown Women's Championship? Let's go with Rhea Ripley going in as champion up against Selena Vega.
Oh, Rhea Ripley's first defense of the title. This is going to be an exciting match. I've really enjoyed the storyline between Judgment Day and the LWO. I think it's been some good stuff going on there.
I like the LWO really well.
It's just really working. It's good to see both those groups on TV as well, actually being used for something. Selena Vega, very underrated, quite a talented in-ring competitor actually. The rare occasions we see her in the ring, she does some good stuff. Rhea Ripley as well, absolutely fantastic. Her match with Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania, brilliant stuff on there for that one. She's going in as a deserving champion, and I really hope that we're going to see a good performance by both these women here for this one.
Yeah. These two have fought each other before. I think this one will be really interesting again. Obviously, on the previous times that they've met, Rhea has come out on top. She's looked dominant throughout. But then Selena's picked up a little bit of momentum over the last week, and also with the fact that she does have the LWO members behind her as well. This one has a little bit of. A little bit more to it with the LWO and Judgment Day in it as well. So, really, really good. WrestleMania, Rhea Ripley, fantastic, absolutely wonderful. So glad that she came out as champion as well. Thoroughly deserves it. I'm hoping that she keeps on going, she keeps on maintaining. Selena Vega, like you said, vastly underrated. Would be really good to see her get a singles title run.
Yeah, definitely.
However, I don't want it to happen. I don't want it to happen just yet, and I don't want it to happen at the expense of Rhea Ripley. I don't want it would make Rhea feel like a transitional champion, which she most definitely isn't. She should be. She hopefully should be carrying the title for a while. This also is going to be interesting as well because of the draft. Rhea Ripley has been drafted to Raw. With the SmackDown's women's title, but then of course Bianca Belair has been transferred over to SmackDown with the Raw women's title. Will we see a title swap, do you reckon?
Yeah, there's a possibility. We have seen it before with Becky Lynch and Charlotte. I think that a belt swap is the logical way to go with this, because I think if you do anything other than that, it starts getting a little bit messy again. So I think that would be the logical thing to do.
Yeah. Do you think though that if they swap Bianca's Raw title over to the SmackDown title, do you think that will in any way affect the fact that she has held the Raw title for a year, or do you think it's just semantics?
Well, that's a good question, because we are in the era of WWE at the minute of long title reigns, and long title reigns that are really starting to become history-making title reigns. Bianca Belair had it for over a year now, hasn't she? So it's quite a significant chunk of time to have the belt. I'm not exactly sure what the record is. I think Nikki Bella's got that, hasn't she, for a certain amount. It's difficult because you could argue that it's not the same title, it doesn't mean the same thing. But then it also does depend on the result of the Bianca Belair match against Skye as well.
Which we'll come up to later,
So there's a lot of factors going into it, but I think it'll be interesting to see what happens after this event. In terms of how the draft
reacts to what's happened. Definitely. No, very true. I think this one's going to be interesting. My turn to pick on this one, isn't it?
It is.
Okay. Right. I don't even know why I'm pondering it. I can't go against Mammy. I can't go against my Mammy, so I'm gonna have to pick Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley out on top on this one. Still SmackDown Women's Champion. I think this will be a good match. I'm going with Rhea.
No hesitation on there. I'm going with Rhea Ripley as well. Not really a lot I can say apart from I think that she's put in a cracking performance at WrestleMania. She's looking really good at the moment, and it'd be a shame to see her lose the belt so quickly. But like I said, Selena Vega, a very underrated talent. Like you said, definitely deserves a push in the future. I'm going with Rhea Ripley on this one as well.
Her chance will come, and I'm hoping that it'll come on SmackDown. If they swap the belts over, then with Bianca or whoever could be champion at the time. But I really hope Selena does get a title opportunity one day. but not this weekend.
Yeah, definitely. And then coming up next, then we have a triple threat for the United States title. It's Bronson Reed versus Austin Theory versus Bobby Lashley.
Ooh, this is a good one, isn't it? Yeah.
Another interesting match for the draft as well, because obviously Bobby Lashley and Austin Theory have been drafted to SmackDown, and Bronson Reed on Raw. So again, this is another one that really kind of throws a spanner in it a bit.
Yeah, be interesting on this one. So they have obviously swapped the two mid-card belts over, so Austin Theory will now be on SmackDown with the United States title, and Gunther with the rest of Imperium will be over on Raw with the Intercontinental title. So yeah, interesting on that one. Let's break this one down a little bit, shall we? So Bronson Reed, really enjoying his work, really, really good. Such a great performer. Yeah, really, really good. He's not been up on the main roster for long, but what he's been doing at the moment has been fantastic. He's dominant, he's big, he's got some great moves as well. And he's not afraid to go up on the top rope as well. So yeah, really, really good stuff. Bobby Lashley, he's the almighty. Great stuff that he's been doing at the moment. I'm really, really interested in the fact that they have transferred him over to SmackDown as well. It'd be really interesting to see what he does and who he goes up against. Possible contender for Roman Reigns, maybe?
Yeah,
we shall see. Austin Theory, A-Town down. Yeah, he's been doing a great job with the United States title at the moment. He's made the belt feel relevant again, which has been wonderful. I hope that they can keep that relevancy of the title up once it moves over to SmackDown, because obviously they will have Roman Reigns over there, and I'm hoping that it doesn't just get pushed to the back and gets lost in the limelight. So really hope that they keep on pushing with it. Austin's been a great champion, thoroughly deserved it as well. Such a great young talent as well. So yeah, really, really good on this one. Put these three into the ring together, boom, things are going to happen. Really liking this.
Yeah, this would be really good. I'm a big fan of all three of these guys. Austin Theory has been great over the past kind of 12 months or so. Beat John Cena at WrestleMania. I mean, that's a big accolade to his card, if not anything else.
Yeah.
And like I said, added a lot of prestige to the United States title, made it relevant as well. Really excited to see him drafted over to SmackDown. A whole load of more opportunities and new challengers on there as well. Certainly is exciting times for him on there. Bobby Lashley as well is the almighty. There is nobody like Bobby Lashley. Like you said, great option to go up against Roman Reigns for the title, I think. I hope we see that in the near future, because I think that'd be a good one.
Fingers crossed.
Bronson Reed, so glad that he's back with the company, and he's actually being used as well. Could he be getting some gold? I never know. We'll see. You did have the belt on Raw last week as well. He did. He was the one standing tall out of the three of them. So we'll see what happens on there. But yeah, three really good guys on there. Nice to see a good mix in there as well for the title as well.
Yeah.
So I know we've seen Bobby Lashley in Theory before, but it's nice to see Bronson Reed added in there, getting a shot at it as well. My turn, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, another tricky one.
This is a tricky one. This one.
Another tricky one. I'm going to go with the winner of the match and still United States champion, Austin Theory. Ooh. I think Austin Theory's going to keep it, and I think he's going to run with it a little bit on SmackDown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting on that one. I am actually, on this occasion, I am going to agree with you again. If Bronson Reed had been drafted over to SmackDown, I would have gone with Bronson Reed.
Yeah.
My concern is obviously that they have put him on Raw, and I don't think they're going to draft it back over unless they do go with the idea that if he wins the title, then he has to go over to SmackDown. But I think he's got a lot of potential on Raw. There's a lot he could do on there. So yeah, I am going to agree. I am going to go with Austin Theory. I think Austin Theory is going to see some fresh faces and some new talent on SmackDown that he hasn't gone up against. And I think he'll get some tests on there, but I think he has to get through this test initially. I can see this being the two powerhouses of Bronson Reed and Bobby Lashley bashing heads, going against each other, taking each other out. Austin Theory will sneak in, pick up the remains, get that quick cover, 1, 2, 3, and still your champion, Austin Theory. So yeah, I'm going to go with Austin as well.
Yeah, great. This great match. So probably one of the ones on the kind of most looking forward to.
Really looking forward to that one. Right, let's go on to the other women's match that we've got on here. We have for the Raw Women's Championship, we have champions Bianca Belair going up against Skye.
Yeah, really, really excited for this one. Like we said, Bianca Belair, she's been a great champion. She really has held the red brand on her shoulders over the past year or so. Really, really good stuff on there. Io Skye as well. Like you all know my opinion on Io Skye. I think she's so good. Nice to see her, someone a bit different, going for the title as well. Not just your same people. It's nice to see someone a bit up and coming actually going for a shot at the big one as well. They have such a good women's division at the moment as well, so it really does mean something to have the title. The story going into this one's been great as well, with Bayley wanting a rematch, and then Dakota Kai and Io Sky kind of challenge her on it and saying, well, where's our opportunities? And Io Sky, she has earned this opportunity as well. So yeah, really looking forward to this one. This is going to be cracker.
This is going to be really, really good. You've got a lovely mix in here as well. You have the strength, the speed, and the agility of Bianca Belair against the speed, the agility, but also the high flying skills of Io Sky as well. So really, really liking these two together. Io Sky on the main roster has been fantastic, doing some really, really good stuff alongside Dakota Kai as a tag team. The stuff that she did before in NXT as well, absolutely sublime. Yeah, wonderful stuff as well. So really, really good to see her getting a singles opportunity at a title as well. It's not just about Bayley, which was always been initially my worry with Damage Control, that it was going to be a lot of focus on Bayley and less on the other two. So really, really nice to see her get the opportunity. Bianca Belair, a well-deserving champion. She's held the women's Raw title for over a year. Really, really good stuff on there as well. Really enjoy her matches, the power and the dexterity that she shows as well. Really good stuff. And a really good role model for the women's division as well. So yeah, has been doing some really, really good stuff on there. So yeah, this is going to be a good one. Really like this one.
Yeah, your turn to go first.
My turn. Wow, okay. Right, this is really difficult, this one, because I like both of these ladies on here. And I am going to go with... I'm actually going to surprise myself on this one. I am actually going to go with the winner of the match and still Raw Women's Champion, Bianca Belair. And I'm doing that simply for the fact that I think that they'll do Io Sky to challenge her, and then I got a feeling they may do Dakota Kai. Challenge her at a later date for it as well, so that all three women in Damage Control have had a shot at the title against her. So yeah, I am going to go with that one. I did want to go with Io Sky with the idea that maybe that Io Sky would win it. She would then move back to Raw and take the title with her. But I don't know where that's going to leave Rhea Ripley. But that would have been my idea initially. Would have been Io Sky wins it. She goes back to Raw, and all of a sudden, Damage Controller. Are gone. So, but yeah, no, I'm going to go with Bianca on this occasion.
Yeah, I've been thinking about this one a lot because I would love to see Io Sky have some gold. I think she'll absolutely deserve it. But there is one point that's just popped into my head that has swayed me in your direction. So I'm going to say Bianca Belair as well, because I think Io Sky is going to win Money in the Bank.
Ooh.
I think she could be a contender to win Money in the Bank.
Okay.
So I think, I think you're right. I think Dakota Kai might get a crack, but I think Io Sky is going to win Money in the Bank and then do it that way.
See, I think Dakota Kai is going to win Money in the Bank. So, but we'll get onto that when we do the predictions for that one.
So I'm going to agree. I think Bianca Belair is going to retain on this occasion. And then hopefully, possibly you'll see a belt swap between the two.
Yeah, I got a feeling that's going to be the way they do it. Unless the other option would be to stop calling them the Raw Women's Champion and the SmackDown Women's Champion and give those belts names as well, like they have done with the with the other titles. So have the undisputed Women's Champion and the Women's World Champion, and do something like that, and just take off the Raw and SmackDown names, because they don't really do it for me anyway.
Yeah. Definitely.
Right. On to the next one then. Let's have a look at this one then. Really like the look of this one. Now, this one suddenly came out of the blue. Out of nowhere, we suddenly have Seth freaking Rollins going up against Omos.
Yeah.
I don't know where this came from.
Yeah, this is it came out of the blue, but Seth Rollins has somehow, in his magical way that he does things, made me invested in this match.
Yeah.
Because he seems to be able to do that every time. The rumours are as well that even Rollins was a bit kind of curious as to where this came from, but
There's been no story, there's been no build. It's just kind of really come out of the blue on this one. And the strange thing with this one as well is that with the draft, Rollins is staying on Raw, but Omos is a free agent, so he's going to be able to move between the two. So it's not as if it's a Raw rivalry or anything like that. So curious on this one.
Yeah, interesting on here. Great to see Seth Rollins on the card again, though. He does massively deserve to be on the card. He's so good at the minute. They seem to be really putting a rocket behind Omos as well, which is good to see. He is improving as well. Each time you see him in the ring, he's getting better and better.
Mania. Yeah, he had to have a go at Mania.
Yeah, so this is. I'm curious with this one because, like you said, there's been no build up to it, which I'm not normally a fan of. I like having the storyline build up to your big match at the pay per view or the premium live event. But this one's going to be interesting as well. You have obviously got MVP with Omos as well, which is always an X factor in there. I think this one will be good. Yeah, this one will be good.
Yeah. This will be interesting. Like you said, there's been no build up in this. It's kind of just come out of the blue. But I really like this. Omos, put on a good performance at WrestleMania. Actually, really surprised me as well with what he was doing. Yeah, he's doing some really good stuff. He's been getting a lot of squash matches of late on Raw and stuff. And I think this one will really test him. I think this is a good opportunity for them to show what Omos can do in the ring. I will not be surprised if this turns out to be Omos's best match so far, and a lot of that will be down purely to the person on the opposite side of the ring, Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins could get a match out of a mop. Yeah. He's so good. He really can tell the story, really drive a match along as well. And I think I think Seth Rollins will be a great opponent for Omos because he'll be able to lead him through the match, and they'll be able to put a good story together, a good beginning, good middle, good end, and hopefully get a good longevity out of this one as well. I'm not sure about Omos's cardio. I'm not sure about how long he'll be able to go in a match, especially for a guy his size as well. So definitely. He might struggle a bit with that. But I imagine Seth will get a good few minutes out of him and really give Omos the opportunity to show what he can do, and hopefully really just push him up that little bit more as well. Just get that bit of that rocket, just firing that little bit more for him. But yeah, this would be an interesting one, this one.
Yeah, definitely. This is looking really, really good. It's my turn to pick.
It is your turn.
Now I bet I went against Seth Rollins at WrestleMania, and it cost me massively.
Cost you the win.
Yeah, it did. Well, it did cost me the win. Yeah. So I'm not going to do it again. I'm going to say Seth Rollins on this occasion. I think Seth Rollins would deserve a win again. Yeah. I think he's just so good at the minute, especially as I think he is a top contender to win the new World Heavyweight title. So I think if he could get a win on a premium live event against someone like Omos, that would put him in a really good spot for a good run in this, in however they're going to do this tournament. Yeah,
I really can't argue with you on that one, so I'm going to have to agree with you. I think it will be Seth Rollins. I got a feeling that Seth Rollins is going to be pushed to be, if they're going to do a tournament for the title, I got a feeling Rollins will be one of the finalists, if not win it altogether. I know that'll get you excited because you love Rollins. I love Rollins too. He's great.
It'd be great.
But yeah, I got a feeling that if this goes to a tournament, he will get to the final. And I think this could be the catalyst that he needs to start pushing him back up and making him really the number one guy on Raw. He has to be. I think he's going to be the number one man. It's between him and Cody, but I kind of hope that Finn Balor kind of sneaks in there as well. So, but we'll wait and see what happens on that. But I can't really argue it. I think he'll get a good match out of Omos. I think Omos will impress us. But at the end of the day, I think Seth Rollins is going to come out on top.
Yeah, definitely. Coming up next then, we have a San Juan street fight between Bad Bunny and Damien Priest.
Always like the way that they take a street fight and put the name of wherever they're going to be in it. So it makes it no different than any other street fight, but other than the fact that that's where it's going to be. So San Juan street fight against Bad Bunny and Damien Priest. This is a kind of one of these ones I think they've thrown in to get that bit of celebrity, that bit of extra publicity. I think it's all going to go down well in Puerto Rico. I think they're really going to get behind this. Bad Bunny, he's done some good stuff in the ring. He's a good performer in the ring. I mean, he unfortunately doesn't really mean anything to us in the UK. We don't really know a lot about Bad Bunny and his music or anything else. So he kind of, who is he? But he's done some good stuff, and it'll be interesting to see what he does in this one. Coming up against Damien Priest. Damien Priest at the moment, I really like Damien Priest. I think he is so underrated and underutilized. The look, the way he carries himself, the way he speaks on the mic, the stuff that he's been doing with Judgment Day, absolutely wonderful. And I really think that they should push him more. Really want to see this guy have a really good 2023. And I really hope that this is the way that this will be a good start for him. Like, really get out there, really show what he can do, and really put himself up at the top, and show that he's not just a member of Judgment Day. He can be a champion. I really would like to see him go for a championship, if hopefully either the Intercontinental, or if not, even be a contender for the world title.
Yeah, definitely. This match has really got me really excited. I did go into Backlash thinking it was going to be a tag match between Dominic and Damien versus Bad Bunny and Ray, possibly.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, because that was heavily rumoured, but I am happy with this street fight. You can't go wrong with a street fight. It's going to be entertaining to watch. Bad Bunny, he is good in the ring. We're going to see some Canadian destroyers on there, or Bunny destroyers, whatever he calls them. So that's always fun to see. Damien Priest, I can't really argue anything against what you said. You said that he's so good. He's so good. He's got the look. He's got the moveset. I think that he is massively underrated, and I really hope that we see something after post-draft. We see some really big stuff from Damien Priest.
Yeah.
Because I think he massively deserves it.
For me, back years ago, they always used to say if you're going to build a wrestler from the ground up, you would build them to be like Randy Orton. I think now we're sort of hitting sort of 2023. I think personally, if you're going to build a wrestler from the ground up, you would want to build somebody like Damien Priest. I think he has got it all. He's got everything there, and I think he does have the potential to be a future champion. So I really hope that they do something with him in 2023 and beyond. So yeah, really good on there.
Your turn.
My turn, isn't it? It's going to pain me to say this. It really is. But I think that purely because of the celebrity, the fact that he's going to have the Puerto Rico crowd behind him, and for all the publicity that it's going to get. It breaks my heart to say this, but I got a bet against Damien Priest and go with Bad Bunny.
Yeah.
I'm really sorry to say that because I really like Damien Priest, but the common sense part of me says Bad Bunny will walk out on top on this one. I got a feeling there'll be interference from the LWO and everything else. Judgment Day will probably get involved as well, and I think it's all going to go messy. But I think Bad Bunny is going to be the one that comes out on top.
Yeah, it's hard because I think Damien Priest, if he could get a win at Backlash, that would be the start of hopefully some really big things for him. However, it is in Puerto Rico, and like I said, he's a massive star over in that kind of area, his hometown. I really don't want to say it, but I agree. I think Bad Bunny is going to win. Damien Priest, I think, would deserve it more, and like I said, I think it would do big things for Damien Priest to get a win.
Yeah.
But I think you can't risk it. It is going to be Bad Bunny. I think it's very easy.
Sorry, Damien. We do love you, and we hope that 2023 is your year. But I don't think it's.
We hope that we're wrong. I actually, this is the one match I actually hope I'm wrong.
This is one of the ones where if we didn't get this right, I would be so happy. But can't say that often.
Yeah, I think so. And that leaves just one.
Yeah, leaves us with what I'm assuming is probably going to be the main event.
Most likely, yeah.
We've got the 6-man tag team match. It's going to be Matt Riddle and the tag team champions Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn going up against the Bloodlines, Solo Sikoa, Jay and Jimmy Uso.
Yeah, talk about a story-driven match. This is got storyline driven all over it. We need to almost take a bit out of this one and put it into the Seth Rollins and Omos match. This is
overflowing with storyline. The other one.
6 really good guys. 6 really hot guys at the minute in terms of popularity. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens coming off the back of a huge win at WrestleMania, capturing the tag titles. Matt Riddle as well. Good to see him back in the ring as well, doing some excellent stuff. Solo Sikoa, the dark horse at the moment. I think Solo Sikoa could be a real contender for a title, possibly even against someone like Gunther, possibly, or whoever, or the US champion Austin Theory, whoever wins at Backlash, and Usos as well. Usos are a little bit of icy tracks at the moment. Something not quite right with the Usos at the moment. Obviously coming back off the back of another loss against Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens as well. And you've got the thing going on with Solo Sikoa as well. Solo Sikoa's not happy. He ain't happy with them at the moment.
Not happy chappy.
And we don't know what the Tribal Chief's thinking as well. So a lot of questions going into this
There
one.
is really on this one. Yeah, the storytelling in this has been magnificent. The whole Bloodline story has been really, really good as well, but it has really built up to this as well. So, you've got Solo Sikoa. He's the dark horse. He's the workhorse. He's the powerhouse of the team as well. Really big fan of Solo Sikoa. I really like him. There's so much Umaga in him as well. And I was a huge Umaga fan. So really, really pleased with that he's about. Jimmy and Jey Uso, like you said, they are on thin ice at the moment. They've not been doing so well. Could this be their opportunity to please the Tribal Chief and turn things around? We will see on that one. Also, this was interesting as well with the draft, the fact that they didn't draft them as part of the Bloodline. They actually drafted them separately, but they have still all ended up on SmackDown. That's an interesting
that is
one.
the interesting thing, is that they're all on the same show, because I thought, since the Usos aren't included with the others, that we could see them maybe go to the other side.
I thought that was going to happen.
Yeah, so the fact they're on the same show really is interesting.
And then on the other side of things, you have the new tag team champions, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Yeah, absolutely. Everyone popped for that at WrestleMania. Fantastic. Really, really good match as well. Absolutely top class match. Yeah, can't complain about that at all. Both riding the wave of popularity at the moment. Absolutely brilliant. Matt Riddle. Yeah, it is really good to see him back. He's had his issues. He's done his time, and he's back with us. And he's going to do some great stuff. I think he really is going to do some great stuff. We'll wait and see what happens if and when Orton gets back as well. See what happens there. But yeah, 6 really, really good competitors. Really, really strong on this. Like you said, the storyline going into this has been fantastic as well. Yeah, this is going to be a tough one.
It's interesting as well that it is also with Paul Heyman as well. They will be coming down with Paul Heyman. So that could be a very significant part of this match as well.
Yes.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens on with that one. Oh, I got the pick, haven't I?
You're getting the pick on this one. I'm really glad that that's worked out that way, because I'm struggling with this one for a moment. So I am going to let you.
The thing is, this is one of those matches. You always get matches like this where you almost have to think about what happens after, what happens afterwards, because if the Usos are part of another loss, that could be quite a significant thing with this Bloodline story.
Yeah.
But it could also be a significant part of the story if they get a win.
Yeah. You've also got to bear in mind also at the moment that Kevin and Sami at the moment have the tag titles, and we don't know what they're doing with them in terms of whether they're going to split them, whether they're going to make them down to one, whether they're going to keep them together. We don't know. This would be interesting.
You've also got a bit of kind of controversy on both teams as well, because obviously Solo Sikoa and the Usos aren't on the same page. Kevin Owens isn't getting on with Riddle.
No.
Sami Zayn's almost still communicating with the Bloodline, and they're almost thinking, why are you still communicating with the Bloodline? So there's not one team that's stronger than the other at the moment. It almost seems quite balanced out at the
little
moment.
seeds of doubt on both camps in there.
So it's difficult to say. I am going to go with the winners of the match, Solo Sikoa and the Usos.
Ooh.
Yeah, I think that this could be a good kind of redemption thing for the Usos to almost get one up on the others. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe Riddle takes the pin as well to protect Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Solo Sikoa, I wouldn't be surprised if he's the one who actually does get the pin. And then they could play something on the fact of Solo actually got the job done and not the Usos. Could do something like that on there. But I think that it would be, like I said, I could see interference on Paul Heyman on there as well. I could see cracks starting to form in both sides. But I think, Solo and the Usos.
Okay.
A pick on there.
Interesting. You know, I was thinking the same thing. I was thinking about Solo picking up the win and being the dominant one for the team. However, I am actually going to go against you on this one, and I am actually going to go with Kevin, Sami, and Riddle. And I think that this could be because I've got a feeling that Heyman is going to get in Solo's ear, and Solo is going to walk out during the match and leave the Usos a man down. And I've got a feeling that could happen, and then they have to fight. They have to fight the odds, and they're going to come up short. And I got a feeling that is going to be the first big crack starting to show between the Usos and the rest of the bloodlines. So So yeah, because of that, I am going to say Kevin, Sammy, and Riddle. I wouldn't be surprised if Riddle picks up the win as well, and this sets up for Riddle to be a challenger for Roman
Possibly.
Reigns.
Yeah, it's possible.
We will see.
Yeah. I think this match is going to have huge implications on where the storyline goes forward for both of these teams.
Yeah.
As well, and it always does make it a bit more interesting when there's not, like I said, there's not one team stronger than the other. There's a bit of doubt in both teams.
Yeah.
So it should be really interesting. But wow, what a stacked looking card for Backlash this year. It looks really good. 7 really strong matches.
Yeah, 7 really strong matches, 7 really difficult to choose from as well.
Yeah.
We've only disagreed on one on this one, and that could be the make or break.
It could possibly, could very well be. And like I said, it sets up nicely for the draft going into effect after Backlash as well.
Yeah, that's going to be really, really interesting. Yeah, this is coming at the right time, and they say that they're doing this, and then straight after the draft comes into effect.
Yeah.
So yeah, going to be really interesting to see what happens as a result of Backlash and beyond.
Let us know down below in the comment section what your guys' predictions are for this year's Backlash. It'd be really interested to see what you guys think on there. And if you did enjoy today's video, be sure to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.